Kenya is no stranger to political tension. But lately there's been a chilling trend that should worry all of us. Young critics of the Kenya Kwanza government, particularly those using pseudo accounts to air their views, are disappearing. It's a modern-day horror story that raises serious questions about the role of our everyday digital tools, like Safaricom services, KPLC tokens, and yes, even your anonymous social media accounts. Today, we dive deep into how these technologies, designed to simplify our lives, are being weaponized to track and silence dissent. Let's start with Safaricom. Kenya's largest telco provider and a staple in nearly every household. It's more than just a service provider. It's the backbone of our communication and financial systems. But here's where it gets unsettling. Think about your mobile phone. Every call you make, every text you send is logged by Safaricom. These call logs include the number you called, the time, and even your location. And let's not forget M-Pesa, an essential service for millions of Kenyans. Every M-Pesa transaction you make creates a digital footprint, tying your phone number to a specific location and time. Now imagine this data in the wrong hands. If someone wanted to locate you, they could trace your M-Pesa transactions to determine where you were and when you were there. Worse still, if they have access to Safaricom's network, they can triangulate your location in real time using cell towers. This isn't paranoia. It's the grim reality of how technology can be turned against you. Now, let's move to an equally surprising culprit. Kenya Power and Lighting Company, or KPLC. You might wonder, what does electricity have to do with abductions? More than you think. Every time you purchase electricity tokens, you're using a meter number. That meter number is registered to a specific property. A building, a house, sometimes even a door number. When you buy tokens through M-Pesa or other digital platforms, that transaction creates a record linking your phone number to that meter number. If someone has access to KPLC's records or intercepts the M-Pesa transaction, they can quickly trace the meter back to the exact property it's registered to. Think about how easy it would be to find you if they know where you live. Your routine token purchases meant to keep your lights on could become breadcrumbs leading abductors straight to your door. Finally, we get to the heart of the matter. The pseudo accounts many young Kenyans are using to criticize the government. Platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and X, formerly known as Twitter, feel like safe havens where you can voice your opinions without fear. But are they really as anonymous as we think? Here's how abductors can unmask the person behind a pseudo account. First, let's talk about IP addresses. Every time you post or log in to a social media account, your device broadcasts an IP address, essentially your digital location. Social media platforms log this data, and if someone gains access to those logs, they can trace the IP address back to your internet provider. From there, it's just a matter of time before they pinpoint your exact location. Second, there's device metadata. Most of us don't realize that our phones and computers have unique identifiers, like MAC addresses and device IDs. When you use a pseudo account, this metadata is often transmitted alongside your activity. If someone has sophisticated tools, they can match this metadata to your device, identifying who you are. And let's not forget social engineering. Pseudo accounts often reveal more about us than we realize. A photo, a phrase, or even the timing of a post can give away clues about our identity. Abductors don't always need advanced technology. Sometimes they just need to pay close attention. So, how do all these elements, Safaricom, KPLC, and pseudo accounts, come together? Imagine this scenario. A young Kenyan posts a critical tweet about the government from a pseudo account. The abductors use the IP address of the tweet to identify the general location of the poster. They cross-reference this with Safaricom's call, and M-Pesa records to narrow down the suspect's movements. Finally, they use KPLC's meter registration data to confirm the person's exact home address. It's a terrifyingly efficient system, and it underscores just how interconnected our lives have become. The tools we rely on every day, our phones, our electricity, our social media, are also tools that can be used to trace us. This isn't just about the young critics of Kenya Kwanza, it's about all of us. Our digital footprints are larger than we realize, and the systems we trust to keep our information private are not as secure as we might hope. If you're using a Pseudo account, don't assume you're invisible. If you're relying on M-Pesa and KPLC tokens, understand the risks of the digital trails you leave behind. And if you're speaking truth to power, be aware of the vulnerabilities in the technology you use. The disappearances we're seeing in Kenya today are a sobering reminder of how fragile our digital privacy is. But knowledge is power. By understanding how these systems work, we can take steps to protect ourselves and hold those in power accountable for ensuring that our rights to privacy and free speech are upheld. At the end of the day, knowledge is your greatest weapon. Understanding how tracking works is the first step to protecting yourself. So what's your take? Do you think going completely off-grid is realistic, or are we all just one click away from being found? Let me know in the comments below. And with that, we've unraveled another layer of the invisible game of power and control. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth content like this. Until next time, stay informed, stay vigilant, and stay safe.
My brothers and sisters, creating content that informs, educates, and keeps you up to date with the latest happenings is something we are deeply passionate about. But it is not an easy task. Each video you see is a result of countless hours of research, filming, editing, and refining, all to ensure we deliver quality content that resonates with you. Supporting one another is crucial. Your subscription helps fuel this passion, enabling us to continue this journey of bringing you the insights and the stories that matter most. We can't do without your help. By subscribing, you are not just a viewer. You are part of our community, helping us grow and reach even more people. And to those of you who have been with us, watching and engaging with our content, thank you. Thank you very much, and God Almighty bless you. Your support is the driving force behind every video we create, inspiring us to keep pushing forward. If you haven't subscribed yet, we invite you to join us on this journey. Remember, together we can make a difference.